What's up guys, Manuel Pedal here. Today we're going to be talking about bike packing and bicycle touring, what's the difference and how to get started. I'm going to drive my words in this video based off of experience from previous places I've ridden before, so you'll see videos spliced together from many different trips of mine, some solo and some with friends. We're going to cover bike packing and bike touring gear and the proper bike to be used, as well as how to pack for extended or weekend trips. This video is going to be for those who are new to bike packing and bicycle touring and have trouble with deciding on the proper gear and bike, so sit back and relax. I hope this video offers you value, and if so, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and share this video with a friend who also may need help with this, because I know it can be very overwhelming sometimes, as it was for me when I first got started. Bike packing and bicycle touring are similar in that you have a bicycle that you pack your gear on and ride. Sometimes it could be to your local state forest, or to places overseas that require a bit more planning before your departure. Bike packing and bicycle touring offers a great way to experience a new place and its people because you're moving at your own desired speed. It's not a structured race, and time is not of the essence. You're your own boss. You're experiencing the contours of a hill and mountain climb, and you're vulnerable out there when it comes to the weather and people when riding through a village or town, depending on where you are. And without doubt, people will approach you and ask what you're doing with all this gear and where you're heading. It opens up a new way of learning, an understanding of the world. You're riding through history, and you can rewrite it based on your opinions of a place you've traveled and create your own narrative. We're going to start with bike packing because there's a big difference between the two. Bike packing is different from bicycle touring because you're mainly off-road. Generally, you're riding through a forest, a remote area, far away from people, and immersing yourself in nature, whether it be a desert terrain or Class 4 road somewhere. It's something I like to call a mellow extreme sport. Now, the gear packing used for bike packing is crucial, and it's something a lot of people have trouble with. I know for sure what it feels like to bring the entire kitchen sink with you on your trip. The general rule is to lay everything out on the floor and cut it in half. I think it's best to step into it with an idea that nobody owes you anything. Have that self-supported mindset and make sure you have food, enough water, clothing, tools, and a map. The gear used for bike packing can be mounted to the bike via racks and panniers or bike packing bags that have been extremely popular lately. Bike packing bags allow you to be more agile when riding because everything is tightly mounted to the bike and form-fitted. Panniers can be quite cumbersome sometimes and requires tools to mount them to the bike, and pannier bags which can sometimes flap around and make noises, and they can be quite annoying when you're like on a downhill and everything. So what I like to do now is just strictly use bike packing bags. I recently went full bike packing bags for my setups because it allows me to get through technical sections a little faster on the trail, and nothing can really get damaged because the bags don't protrude out like panniers do from side to side, and so everything is very, very parallel with the bike, and so it's just a much nicer setup, a little tighter and easier to move around. We're going to talk about the bike because the bike is another huge aspect that can make or break your trip. I've ridden many different bike setups before, and my go-to currently is my Surly Ogre Plus bike. A Plus bike is a bike that has tires larger than your normal traditional mountain bike tire and smaller than your fat bike tire. I'm currently riding a 27.5 wheel with 3-inch tires these days, and for me it's perfect for extended trips that require you to ride over mixed terrain such as gravel, dirt, mud, streams, mountain passes, sand. I've used this bike format riding in New Mexico's Valles Caldera supervolcano that had all these terrains, and it performed very well, so I wouldn't shy away from this bike at all. It's my go-to when I'm doing big extended trips, and it will be in years to come. And in terms of a little higher speed, I've also converted road bikes with fully bike packing style setups, and that gives me a bit more of a faster rolling speed, and I'm still able to mount the same gear I would on my bike packing rigs. It's just that I'm able to move a bit faster. I've taken carbon road bikes before and mounted my gear on it, same setup as I normally would, and it performed very well. I've also had the old school Surly long haul trucker that I use for bike packing, and I've mounted racks for that on trips I've taken into Virginia, and also mounted it with different wheel setups, anywhere from 29-inch wheels with 2.6 tires that really didn't fit, but had to shave the frame down and everything. So yeah, I mean, it's a bike, touring bike such as the long haul trucker, the Surly, something you can totally transform and switch up to any style setup you'd like. You can use it for gravel, you can use it for fully loaded touring, and you can make it a bit lighter as well. I have on my website a few resources that may be helpful for you on the bike, on the gear setup on my website, manualpedal.com. You can check it out. You can see the ultimate machine, which is the Surly Long Haul Trucker, and you can see its transformation on that particular blog post and how I went about transforming that bike from stock all the way to bikepacking trips and fully loaded touring trips on roads. So you can get an idea from that particular post. And I'll leave a link to that in the description of this particular video here, so you can see what I'm talking about. Bicycle touring also requires you to travel with your bike, and so oftentimes you can either leave from home or you can fly off with your itinerary to a far distant location, such as let's say, for instance, me, you want to travel to Africa. I didn't have my bike with me, but I scheduled a bike there, and I was riding and touring with a good friend of mine in and around the Jambiani area, and also Kendwa area, which is in the north of Zanzibar. And you can read more about that post on the website as well, under the bike adventure section, and how that all went down. But yeah, it's a great sport, and I recommend you all to, if you're getting started, to definitely get into the sport. You can learn a lot from it, and you can learn a lot about yourself, perspective of the world, and meet a lot of different people and become a stronger rider as well. It's a great sport to take on, especially if you're new and if you love the outdoors and you're really into camping. I highly recommend it. So if you have any questions, leave your comments below. I'd love to build some conversation around this. And again, if you need more resources, do visit my website, manualpedal.com. I'll leave a link below so you can see all the bikepacking rigs that I've rode before and all the trips that I've gone to that can possibly give you value in terms of what gear to use and the proper way of going about this, so that when you're out there, you won't leave anything behind, including that nice fancy pillow that you purchased. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoy. And again, like, comment, subscribe, and share this with a friend who needs some help with bikepacking and bicycle touring. And I'll see you all soon. Take care.